If I live to be 1,000 years old, I'll never forget you guys.
So here I am in beautiful Amsterdam, but my thoughts are drifting back to the UK, where there's a general election taking place at the moment. Now, I know that you lot are going to watch this video report after the results of that election are known, but let me nonetheless make a bit of an observation about the election. Now, the last government, that is to say the Labour government, gave £1.4 trillion to the banks last year in the form of pledges and loans and handouts and so on. And yet, all three of the major political parties think that the only way that we can raise the £167 billion or so that we need to plug up the hole in the deficit is through savage public spending cuts and public sector pay freezes. Now, this is, of course, complete nonsense. I'm going to show you how we could easily raise nearly double that amount without a single public spending cut or pay freeze. First, we restore corporate taxation to 1997 levels, raising £18 billion. The rich currently pay 0% national insurance on earnings over £844 a week. Taxing them the 11% the poor pay would raise £8.5 billion. And the top rate of income tax is currently 40%. A return to 60% as it was under Thatcher would raise a further £19 billion. That's a total of £27.5 billion raised by taxing the rich a little bit more. Next, we scrap Trident, saving £97 billion. We don't buy the proposed F-35 joint combat aircraft and 2 aircraft supercarriers, saving £14 billion. Nor do we buy the proposed 232 Typhoon fighter aircraft, saving a further £21 billion. And of course, we stopped the war in Afghanistan, which cost from 2008 to 2009 £4.5 billion. That's a total of £136.5 billion saved by stopping the war and scrapping Trident. Tax avoidance costs us around £25 billion a year. This is money which the rich manage to legally avoid by hiring top lawyers. Tax evasion is costing us around £70 billion, and that's tax which is illegally avoided, for example by not declaring income. And finally, the tax debt is around £28 billion. That's tax which is simply uncollected each year. That's a total of £123 billion saved by cracking down on tax evasion. And finally, we should scrap the ID card, which the government estimates will cost £5 billion, but campaigners think will cost closer to £20 billion. So that's a grand total of £310 billion saved without a single public spending cut or pay freeze. I think it was Trotsky who said that the ruling classes will survive any crisis that they can make the working classes pay for. Now, whoever's won that general election back in the UK, there's absolutely no doubt that working class and poor people will face massive attacks in the form of public spending cuts and pay freezes and so on. I think we should take inspiration from the ordinary people of Greece, who so far have very clearly said that they refuse to pay for the crisis that has been created by the rich.